Good morning, my friends. Welcome to George Carlson Manitou State Park. We are here near Civil Bay, Minnesota, and this is a park I've been meaning to explore for a while now. Discovered it about a year ago, and I've just never managed to drag myself out here. So that's what I'm doing today. I've dragged myself out here, and we're just going for a nice little loop, little Manitou loop trail, about 2.5 miles, and we're just going to explore and see what we can find. And it is so far beautiful. My clouds are rolling in. We're getting a nice overcast day, so we should have some very soft, even light. May work in our favor, may work against us. We don't know. We're going to explore and we're going to see, and we're just going to work with what we have, which, to be honest, that's what I always do. But very much looking forward to it. It's a new place and it's beautiful, and we're outside. So let's go explore and see what we can find. I actually think I found something right over here. There's this great lichen, this moss that's growing up here. That's just really thick and kind of tall for a moss or a lichen. I'm not sure what the difference is or if they're the same. I'm unclear, obviously, but great old tree root growing through the middle of that. I think that might make for a really interesting shot. So we're gonna move a few feet that way, see what we can find. All right, so we've gotten all set up on it. Here it is, here's the shot. I've got this old tree and its roots are just kind of just winding their way through this great old lichen. I'm gonna actually take this little old leaf out of there. Right there we go. So just winding its way through. This is going to be a lot of focus stacked. I'm really close to the branch right here in front of me, and it is stretching out 4 to 5 feet back. So what's really kind of grabbed my interest is the contrast between the bark and the lichen, and then just great little curving action of this root. So that's the shot in its composition of the shot anyway. So the technical side of the shot is going to be pretty simple. There's going to be no filters or anything. I'm going to shoot this at an f9. Let's go to an f11. A little more depth of field that way. f11, 1/10 of a second, ISO 100, and that's it. No filters, nothing. Light is really flat, really even. There's nothing to polarize. There's no light coming in here. It's just nice and soft. This one's all about the textures and the patterns, which is why I really want it to be sharp from front to back in the image. So that's why we're gonna take 4 or 5 different shots to get this right. Let's see here if I can show you what I'm looking at on the camera. Let me take off manual focus. So this is the shot, really. Here's this little branch right here, and it just kind of winds and curves up through this moss, and that's it. Like I say, all about the textures and the patterns in this one. So I'm gonna take these shots, we'll stitch them all together, and let's see what we end up with. Hopefully something nice. Shot number 1. That's fantastic. We're hardly down the trail and we're already going, so this should shape up to be a fantastic day. There is a river towards the back side of this trail, I believe, so we might get some waterfalls too. Fingers crossed. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I've got a problem. It's completely a self-created problem, and it's not a huge monumental problem, but it's a problem of focus. On the hike today, I spotted these lilies, and I don't know the name of them, I forget the name of them, but they've got this great little blueberry looking bulb kind of growing out of the end. And I thought, ooh, it would be great to get that against the dark bark of one of these trees or the white bark of one of the birch trees. Anything like that contrast would be awesome. And I have been hiking and looking down for that one shot at the exclusion of everything else. And that's a problem. There are so many great, beautiful things here. I mean, look at this view behind me. That's fantastic. So to just hone in on one thing, in this particular instance, is not beneficial to me. I need to keep my eyes open and my mind open and look around and take in all of the beauty. It's okay to have that shot in my mind, keep looking for it, but not at the exclusion of everything else. Open eyes, open mind, and enjoy it. So that's what I'm trying to remember and remind myself of constantly right now. So taking a moment, take in this view, clear my mind, get back to the trail. This is so gorgeous out here. I mean, look at it. Wow. So we've made it past our little rocky section, and I've come across this fallen birch tree. And out of it are growing these tiny little Dr. Seuss looking plants, and I love them. And that's it. It's just this tiny little spike of a plant growing out of this old decaying log. So I don't know, it was that juxtaposition of life and death, I guess, is what this shot is about. It's really about the texture and the colors, which I find gorgeous, to be honest. But the shot is really, really simple. Show it to you here on the back of my screen so you can see it. But this is it, really simple. Right there is my little green Dr. Seuss plant. I've got the texture of all of this bark, and I got this little bit of lichen kind of just growing in this bottom right-hand corner. And that's the shot. I'm focusing on my little Dr. Seuss plant there, shooting at an f11, again, ISO 50, about 1/15 of a second, if I remember correctly. Double check myself. 1/6 of a second. Little 2-second timer, focused on my little sprig. And that's it. Simple little shot, and I love it. It's great. It's so beautiful. Look, everybody, I found a waterfall. And it's a pretty one. It's a really pretty one. I'm not 100% sure what river this is. I'm going to guess it's the Baptism River, but that's a guess. I just know that it's around here and that this must be it. But the shot here is really simple. It's just this waterfall. I got this great swirling pool directly in front of me that is spinning off to my right and shooting through the scene, and then just cascading down amongst all these really dark rocks is this brilliant white foamy water. Polarizer to take the glare off, increase the contrast between the dark rock and the white water. Got this beautiful fallen log across the top left of my frame. I'm tilted down quite a bit to take the sky out of this frame as well. I'll show you here what I'm looking at here, roughly. Again, because this video crops in, it's a little bit tighter than what I'm actually shooting, but you'll get the idea. Here's my little pool sweeping through right here. Little cascading falls coming down all the way through this and up towards the top. Here's my beautiful little log that has fallen over. There it is, right there. And if I tip up too much, you'll see just white, ugly, nothing sky. So there's nothing going on in that sky. It's holding no interest for me. So I am excluding it from the composition, just taking it out completely. Have a polarizer, like I said, for the contrast. Sure, I'm going to drop in probably at least a 3-stop neutral density filter. So we'll probably get that 1/4 to a 1/2 a second on this water. It's moving pretty good. I don't think I'm going to need any more than that. But let me reframe up and we'll get this shot. This is exciting. So you remember earlier when I said I had this shot in my mind of these little blue balls on these lily plants against the dark bark of a tree? I found it, which is great because I'm almost to the end of this trail. But here it is. It's great. It works out really well. The tree's kind of set far back, and I'm surrounded by all this green foliage, and I found this great little hole in the middle of the foliage where I can just set my little blue balls and frame them with the green foliage. Got the dark bark of the tree behind it. So let me show you here what we're looking at so you know what I'm talking about. Here it is, you can see it. I'm just gonna tilt up a little bit. You can see though we got the cool little petals off of this lily plant framed around all of this green, and then I got the dark bark in the background. The shot is really simple. That's just kind of it. Just framed it with the leaves, using the tree as a backdrop, and then just focusing in on these little blue, I guess they're buds or fruit, I'm not sure. It's a lily, that's all I really know. What type of lily, I don't remember. But that's the shot. We are shooting this guy at an f4 ISO 100 and 1/60th of a second. Shooting the f4 for really shallow depth of field. I kind of want everything else to blur out in the shot. I just want the little berries to be in focus. And that's all there is to this shot. Really simple. Focus in on those berries. No filters, no need for them. There's no real light, nothing to polarize, no glare to reduce. I got the shot. I got the shot that was in my head. And some other things too. So fantastic. But I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to thank you for coming along with me. I'm almost back to the trailhead, so we're just gonna hike it on out from here. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. And from George Carlson, Manitou State Park, here in Silver Bay, Minnesota. So long, and we'll see you next time.